She captivated audiences with her emotional portrayal of a woman battling Alzheimer's disease in The Notebook.
Gina Rawlins, a cherished star of the silver screen, passed away at her Indian Wells, California, home at the age of 94. She died on a peaceful Wednesday afternoon with her family by her side, including her husband, Robert Forrest, and her daughter, Alexandra Cassavetes.
I always wanted to be an actress. It came from reading so much. Acting itself is much like reading a book.
The specifics of what led to her death remain undisclosed, shrouded in an air of mystery. Before we get into the details, it's evident that the truth is much more alarming than expected, and this isn't the only revelation that will stun you. The Notebook and her personal battle. Gina's career spanned more than 70 years, and she became a star by playing characters that often reflected her deep understanding of life. Many people remember her most for her role in the 2004 film The Notebook, where she portrayed the older version of Rachel McAdams' character, Allie. The movie, directed by her son, Nick Cassavetes, and co-starring Ryan Gosling, touched the hearts of many. But this role had a deeper meaning for Gina herself. As her son revealed in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Gina had been quietly suffering from Alzheimer's disease for the last 5 years, reaching its later stages. This news added a heartbreaking reality to her role in The Notebook, where her character also faced the challenges of the same illness. Little did anyone know Gina's final act would unveil truths far more profound than her on-screen portrayals. Looking back on Gina's remarkable career, it's clear she was more than just a talented actress. She was also a source of strength and inspiration for her family and friends.
I always wanted to be an actress. It came from reading so much. Acting itself is much like reading a book.
Her contributions to Hollywood were not only about the memorable roles she played with such passion, but also about her brave fight against Alzheimer's, which added a tragic twist to her final years. This struggle seemed almost like a reflection of the stories she brought to life on screen. But that was not the hardest part of her journey. Her life and career, full of depth and emotion, left a lasting mark on all who knew her or watched her perform. On the other hand, another significant figure, Margaret Moffat, also passed away recently on August 10, 2024. Margaret was a defining presence in the fashion world during the 1960s. Born on October 2, 1937, she began her journey with a small, uncredited film role in 1955. From there, she became a leading face of fashion in Paris during the 1950s. Her work with designer Rudy Gitsch and photographer William Claxton pushed her to fame and challenged the boundaries of modern fashion. Margaret became known for her iconic five-point hairstyle created by Vidal Sassoon and for modeling Gitsch's groundbreaking monokini in 1962, even though she was hesitant at first. This bold move turned into a symbol of cutting-edge fashion and questioned the social norms of the time. Margaret's personal life was also marked by significant events, like her marriage to William Claxton in 1959 and the birth of their son Christopher in 1973.
Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. She was a seminal leader.
Even as she managed the pressures of a public life, she stayed true to her mission of preserving Gitsch's unique designs, often standing firm against commercial forces that tried to water down their artistic value. In her later years, she focused on organizing exhibitions to celebrate Gitsch's visionary work, ensuring his impact on fashion and culture would not be forgotten. But Margaret's story had its own set of challenges. Her death, caused by complications related to dementia, occurred at her home in Beverly Hills. It marked the end of a life filled with creativity, courage, and artistic brilliance. Her influence on fashion remains unforgettable, defined by her daring choices and her commitment to staying true to her artistic vision. But even this was not the most difficult part of her story. Her battle with dementia in her final years adds a layer of humanity to her otherwise dazzling life, reminding us of the struggles that can lie beneath the surface of public success. Kim Kahana was a remarkable person known for his work as an actor, stunt performer, and action choreographer. He came from a mixed background of Hawaiian and Japanese heritage and was born in Laney City, Hawaii. Kim's early life was full of challenges. He left school at a young age and hitchhiked across the United States when he was just 13. To make a living, he first performed as a knife and fire dancer, a job that opened doors to the world of entertainment. During his time serving in the Korean War, Kim showed incredible bravery, earning a Silver Star, 2 Bronze Stars, and 2 Purple Hearts. But his life took a major turn after he survived a terrifying plane crash in 1955. This event pushed him towards a new career path in the film industry. He learned from great mentors like Yakima Canutt and John Erse, becoming an expert stuntman. Kim's skills were showcased in classic films such as Cool Hand Luke and Planet of the Apes. He became well known for his role as Chongo in Danger Island in 1968 and also worked on popular TV shows like Kung Fu and The Brady Bunch. In 1972, Kim founded the Kahana Stunt School, where he trained more than 15,000 students, sharing his knowledge and passion for stunt work. He made a huge impact on Hollywood, not just by shaping the careers of future stunt performers, but also by setting new standards for action choreography. Sadly, Kim passed away in Groveland, Florida on August 12, 2024, at the age of 94, due to complications from dementia. His passing left a significant void in the world of cinematic stunts. But this wasn't the worst part. The industry lost a pioneer who had changed the way action scenes were created and performed. As we look back at Gina's life, let's meet another person who made bold choices and faced big challenges, rising from Guantanamo. Another incredible personality was Anel Salazar, an actor and comedian best known for his role as Chi-Chi in Scarface. Born in Cuba, Anel's path to fame started with a daring escape from his homeland, where he swam across Guantanamo Bay to reach a U.S. naval base. This brave act was just the beginning of his incredible journey. After spending some time in foster care, Anel settled in New York City, where he began sharpening his comedic skills at open mic nights. His unique catchphrase, "Check it out," along with his distinct accent and impressions, quickly made him a crowd favorite. Anel's movie career took off with his unforgettable performance alongside Al Pacino in Scarface. He continued to charm audiences in films like Punchline and Carlito's Way. He remained active in the comedy scene, appearing on shows like Last Comic Standing and in various HBO specials. But life had other plans. Anel's sudden passing on August 11, 2024, at the age of 68 in a friend's home in New York City, was a shock to many. His death was a stark reminder of how unpredictable life can be, even for those who bring so much joy to others. Then there was Rachel Liss, a cherished voice actress known for her roles as Misty and Jessie in Pokémon. She passed away on August 10, 2024, in Los Angeles at the age of 55, after a brave fight against breast cancer. Born in Niagara Falls, New York, Rachel first pursued a career in opera before turning her attention to theater and acting. Her move into voice acting opened a new chapter in her life, allowing her to become a part of many childhoods through her work on Pokémon. Over more than 400 episodes in various spin-off movies, Rachel brought to life characters that became beloved worldwide. Rachel's talent was not limited to just one show. She also voiced characters in popular series like Berserk, Genin, Sonic X, The Slayers, and Winx Club. Her wide range of voices and memorable performances left a lasting mark on the animation industry and on fans all over the globe. But her passing was not just a loss of talent. It was a reminder of the connections we make through the art of voice acting. But this wasn't the most heartbreaking part. Rachel's story reminds us of how people who brought so much joy to others can face their own tough battles quietly. And then there is Kevin Sullivan, a well-known professional wrestler, famous for his dark and mysterious Prince of Darkness persona. He started wrestling in the 1970s with regional promotions and made a big impact in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, later known as WWE, in 1974. After a period in the regional circuits, Kevin developed his infamous character, which was inspired by the satanic panic of that time. This change from a hero to a villain led him to World Championship Wrestling in the late 1980s, where he became known as the Taskmaster, leading the Dungeon of Doom group. His career showed his ability to change personas and also highlighted his role in shaping the stories and careers of other wrestlers. All these talented people, whether from film, comedy, voice acting, or wrestling, shared one thing. They deeply impacted their crafts and the people who enjoyed their work. Their stories are filled with both great successes and difficult moments, showing us the richness and variety of talent in the entertainment world. Their legacies, marked by groundbreaking performances and unique contributions, continue to inspire others. But these stories are not just about their public lives. They also remind us that behind every spotlight, there are personal struggles and quiet moments of strength that shape who we are and what we leave behind. Susan Witke, the groundbreaking former CEO of YouTube, passed away on August 9, 2024, at the age of 56 due to lung cancer. Susan's journey into the tech world began in a modest way with a job at Intel, but everything changed in 1998 when she rented out her garage to Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin. This simple arrangement sparked a connection that would soon launch her into the tech elite, as she joined Google in 1999 as its 16th employee. In her early years at Google, Susan was a key player in developing AdSense, an online advertising service that allowed both small and large publishers to earn money by displaying ads related to their website's content. This changed online advertising forever, making it easier for many to earn a living online. In 2006, she played an important role in Google's decision to buy YouTube, a move that would prove to be very smart. Under her guidance, YouTube grew rapidly, becoming the main platform for online video content and changing the way people around the world watch videos. In 2014, Susan became the CEO of YouTube, and she led the platform through a time of incredible growth. During her time, YouTube expanded to have more than 2 billion users every month and became a place where people from all backgrounds could share their talents and stories. Susan strongly believed in making sure that creators on YouTube could earn a good income from their work, and she worked hard to improve the way revenue was shared with them. Her efforts made YouTube not just a platform for sharing videos, but also a way for millions of people around the world to build successful careers. But her work did not stop there. Susan was also focused on tackling misinformation on YouTube. She introduced strict policies and tools to help stop the spread of false information, a challenge that became more important as digital media started to have a huge impact on how people think and act. She was also a strong supporter of social issues, both within and outside of YouTube. She pushed for things like paid family leave and a better work-life balance in the tech industry. Her dedication to these causes earned her recognition, including spots on Forbes and Fortune's lists of the most influential women in the world. But this wasn't the hardest part of her journey. The real challenge was balancing the rapid growth of YouTube with the responsibility of managing its vast influence on society. In 2021, Susan received the Free Expression Award from the Freedom Forum Institute, a recognition of her commitment to keeping YouTube an open platform while also handling the tough job of content moderation and corporate responsibility. This award showed just how much she had done to protect free expression while managing the complexities of running a digital giant. Susan's legacy is not just about her visionary leadership at YouTube, but also about the bigger impact she had on the digital world. She changed the way digital platforms operate, always focusing on innovation, supporting creators, and balancing free expression with social responsibility. Her passing is a huge loss to the tech community and everyone who benefited from her work. After learning about Anel's adventures, let's see how Chichi Rodriguez made his mark in golf with his unique style. The boy with the guava club, Juan Antonio Rodriguez, known to everyone as Chichi Rodriguez, was a golfer who left a big mark on the world of sports when he passed away on August 8, 2024, at the age of 88. Born in Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, Chichi found his love for golf in a very unusual way. As a young boy working as a caddy, he used a branch from a guava tree as his first golf club. Even with this humble start, his talent was clear. By the time he was just 12 years old, he was already impressing people with a score of 67. Chichi turned professional in 1960 and quickly became a star on the PGA Tour. It wasn't just his golfing skills that made him popular, but also his bright personality and fun celebrations. He had a unique way of celebrating on the course, like doing a little dance with his putter, pretending to be a bullfighter, or playfully dropping his straw hat after making a putt. These fun moments made him a favorite with fans and brought new excitement to golf. Over his career, he won 8 times on the PGA Tour, including important victories at the 1963 Denver Open and the 1964 Western Open. And his success didn't stop there. On the Senior PGA Tour, he won 22 more times, including 2 major championships. In 1992, Chi-Chi made history by becoming the first Puerto Rican to be inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. This honor showed just how much he meant to the sport and celebrated all he had achieved on the golf course. But golf was not his only passion. Chi-Chi was also dedicated to helping others. He founded the Chi-Chi Rodriguez Youth Foundation in Clearwater, Florida, to support young people who were struggling. This foundation was a way for him to give back, inspired by his own tough beginnings and the difficulties he had faced growing up.
Carving limbs out of trees, he fashioned a set of golf clubs and became very good at the game of golf. By the age of 12, he shot 67.
But that wasn't the only inspiring story of that time. John McBride, a groundbreaking astronaut and test pilot, also left a huge impact on his field. He passed away on August 7, 2024, at the age of 80 after a tough battle with Alzheimer's disease and cancer. John was born in West Virginia and had a strong passion for aviation and space from a young age. He went on to study at West Virginia University and later earned a degree in aeronautical engineering from the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School. John's military career began in 1965, and he flew 64 combat missions during the Vietnam War, showing great bravery and skill. In 1978, his career took an exciting turn when he joined NASA as an astronaut. One of his biggest achievements was flying the Space Shuttle Challenger on October 5, 1984. This mission was special because it included the first American woman to perform a spacewalk. Although his next space flight was canceled in 1986 after the Challenger disaster, John didn't give up. He continued to serve NASA, helping with congressional relations until 1989. After leaving NASA, John moved into the business world but stayed connected to the space community. He often took part in the Lunch with an Astronaut program at the Kennedy Space Center, sharing his experiences with others. Throughout his life, he received many awards for his service and contributions, including the Legion of Merit, the Defense Superior Service Medal, and the NASA Space Flight Medal. He was also honored by being inducted into the West Virginia Hall of Fame, recognizing his groundbreaking work in aviation and space travel. Robert Logan, known to many as Bob Logan, was a beloved actor who made a big mark in movies and television during the 1970s.
And made a point of his leaving note to us was, don't be a robot out there. Enjoy the game, have fun, and let people know that you're having fun.
He passed away on May 6, 2024, in Estero, Florida, at the age of 82 from natural causes. Bob's journey into acting began in a surprising way. While playing baseball at the University of Arizona, a talent scout from Warner Brothers noticed him. This chance meeting changed his life, taking him from the baseball field to the world of acting. Bob's early success came with his role as J.R. Hale, a witty parking attendant, on the popular TV show 77 Sunset Strip. He appeared in 72 episodes, winning over fans with his charm and talent. His popularity grew even more when he played Jericho Jones in Daniel Boone and later Skip Robinson in the Wilderness Family film series. The Wilderness Family series, which started with The Adventures of the Wilderness Family in 1975 and had 2 sequels, struck a chord with viewers. The movies told a story of a family that chose to leave city life and live in the mountains, facing the challenges of nature together. These films not only entertained people, but also sparked a love for adventure and the great outdoors. They became a favorite for families in that era, capturing the spirit of exploration and simplicity. But as the excitement of the Wilderness series began to fade, Bob slowly stepped back from the public eye. He turned his attention to personal passions, such as writing screenplays and spending more time in nature, which he always loved. Bob also devoted a lot of his time to his family, finding joy in a quieter life away from the bright lights of Hollywood. His last film appearance was in 1997, playing Colonel Lawrence G. K-Tin in the movie Red Boy.
And so we've actually worked to take all the YouTube content to make that work in a VR capacity.
This marked the end of a long and varied career that left a lasting impact on the film and television world. But this was not the only significant shift in his life. After years in the spotlight, he found happiness in the simpler things, showing us that there is more to life than fame. Throughout his career, Bob's journey from a young baseball player to a respected actor was filled with many memorable roles that showcased his talent. He had a special way of connecting with audiences, whether he was making them laugh, cry, or dream of adventure. Even after he retired from acting, his work continued to inspire and entertain people, proving that his contributions to the industry were truly lasting. Do you think Bob Logan was happier living away from Hollywood than when he was acting? Hit like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more content.